I welcome all of you, particularly those dignitaries of the IAS and all of you to the conference. But I should add that the real VVIPs in the conference are our farmers. They have come in numbers, they have come to see the exhibition, they have come to learn, so they are our VVIPs for this conference. Scheme on agricultural progress in order to raise its GDP to around 9%, where we were till the recent economic meltdown. On agriculture depends the future of India. I am reminded of what Professor M.S. Swaminathan, the great scientist, said. The future, I am quoting him, the future will belong first to problems. Problems means, I would say, shackles, the complexities and so on. And I will flag the issues for solutions. Number one, our country is largely agricultural, but what is important is the small and marginal farmers constitute over 3/4, maybe 80% of the farm households in India. This is true of Andhra Pradesh much more, and in particular. Number two, after their own needs are met, that is the farmers' needs, for consumption, they have only a small marketable surplus. Three, they have a weak voice, they are not strong, they have a weak voice in the market. In other words, they get a low price for the small surpluses they possess and which they bring to the market. Number four, you all are able to distinguish, I am sure, between commodity and a product. The grain, you can call it a commodity, but if that commodity is value added into the chain and made into a product, it is a higher value, a higher margin. But today, our farmers are selling their commodities at a very small margin, but if they are capable of, and if you help them to convert these commodities into products with technology, then they will get a higher margin and a higher income. These days, next point, farmers, big and small, are unable to get labor for help in farming activities, as the labor prefers to work in towns, cities and government schemes, like the Mahatma Gandhi NRE scheme, for instance. They work there and they are getting the things, the income. So the labor available for farming has become a little acute. Next, farmers do not prefer to engage their children, particularly the boys and girls, as they are convinced that other jobs after education will fetch them a better living. So they are migrating to the urban areas. They think giving some education to their children would give them a better income. Naturally, that's perfectly justified too. But what impact it has on agriculture is the labor or the children are not engaged in farming activities. Next, farmers do not get a remunerative price. Even today, government is doing its best to having a minimum support price and kinds of things. Our Honorable Chief Minister has been a pioneer in this. But the point here is that still they are not getting a fully remunerative price. Our CM will ensure that the farming community is protected, namely, as wicketkeeper, he will ensure their protection. As a batsman wearing the batsman's cap, he will hit the problems facing agriculture and agriculture community for a sixer or a four, so that all shackles and hindrances are addressed. I hope that this conference will be useful to all stakeholders, including the government's policy makers. Thank you very much.